Hi, good morning, everyone. Welcome back to Value Venture. Today, let us understand the legal due diligence carried out before a project receives APF approval. The legal team's main responsibility is to examine whether the project land and the proposed units can be legally accepted as security. Let's walk through exactly what the lawyer checks. The lawyer first examines the ownership of the project land. This includes reviewing the title history, previous transfers, partition documents, inheritance records, court orders, and other documents affecting ownership. The legal team also studies the continuity of title, tracing it link by link, and checks for any missing links or conflicting claims. If the chain of ownership is broken or disputed, that's a serious concern before anything else proceeds. The next important area is development rights, where the developer is not the absolute landowner. The lawyer examines the joint development agreement, the general power of attorney, supplementary agreements, and the sharing arrangements. The key question is, does the developer have valid authority to construct, to sell units, to receive the sale consideration, and to create the proposed mortgage? Without that authority, the developer cannot legally offer the unit as security. The legal team also examines encumbrances. These may include existing mortgages, charges, court attachments, acquisition proceedings, agreements, leases, easements, or third party rights. Here's an important situation. If construction finance already exists, the entire project may be mortgaged to another lender. In that case, the home loan lender must understand how the selected unit will be released from that existing mortgage. A unit specific no objection certificate or release letter may be required before or during loan disbursement. The lawyer may also examine the sanctioned plans, conversion documents, RERA registration, project agreements, draft sale agreements, and the legal enforceability of the buyer's mortgage. The purpose is to confirm that when a buyer takes a loan and mortgages the unit, that mortgage will actually hold good in law. Another important check is whether the unit proposed for sale actually belongs to the developer's share. A landowner's unit cannot automatically be sold or mortgaged by the developer unless the agreement specifically authorize it. And similarly, a unit that has already been sold, allocated, or charged elsewhere may not be freely available. So the lawyer confirms the selected unit is genuinely free to be sold and mortgaged to your bank. As we covered in an earlier video, the legal opinion is based on the documents and information made available to the lawyer, and it works alongside, not in place of, the technical and credit assessments. Remember, the valuation report does not replace the legal opinion, and the legal opinion does not establish market value. Each plays its own distinct role. To summarize, the legal team examines ownership, development rights, encumbrances, approvals, mortgageability, and the authority to sell the selected unit. It's the layer that makes sure the property can stand as valid enforceable security. Please subscribe to Value Venture for more informative videos on loans and real estate. Thank you for watching.